Now, it was an ugly turn to the Ambedkar Showdown saga at the Makar Dwar earlier in the day, this Thursday, at the entrance of the Parliament, just ahead of the House about to commence proceedings. Now, at about 10:45 a.m., the NDA and the INDIA MPs actually came face to face. It was an unprecedented drama at the Makar Dwar. Your channel was the first to break the visuals of BJP MP Pratap Sarangi being injured. He claimed that Rahul Gandhi had pushed another BJP MP, Lokesh Rajput, who fell on Sarangi and he was seriously injured. Rahul Gandhi countered by saying it was the BJP MPs who actually tried to block entry into Parliament and that he was pushed by them. In fact, he came back and he tried to have a look at what's happening, and the BJP MPs led by Nishikant Dubey and some of the others who were present there in the first line turned around and said, "Is this how you treat? Is this how you push? You've hurt this person. He's an old man and you've hurt him." And Rahul Gandhi says, "I have not done anything. I have not pushed anybody. I was the one who was pushed," and he just quickly walks away from that. That's the visual that you can see there. There was an agreement that there was a scuffle. There was a push and pull. Dhakka mukki hui is something that even Rahul Gandhi accepted. Who pushed? Who charged? Who was actually protesting there? Was there a way towards the right that was cleared, a path that was cleared for the non-protesting MPs to enter Parliament? Did Rahul Gandhi deliberately, led by some of the others after they had finished their protest, barge in right head-on into the BJP group of protesters, and did he create a situation of intimidation or trying to muscle through the BJP? Was there a certain symbolic physical aggression, sign of aggression? Could he have gone from the very side from which he actually went thereafter and then came back? Why create this and who actually started it? These are questions that remain, and it's all subject to inquiry. As the BJP's MPs cornered Rahul Gandhi at the Makar Dwar, the leader of the Lok Sabha was seen, opposition in the Lok Sabha, beg your pardon, was seen walking away. In a press briefing soon after, Union Minister Kiren Rijiju claimed that Rahul Gandhi had injured not only one, but in an unprecedented misconduct had left two BJP MPs quite badly wounded, including Pratap Sarangi and Mukesh Rajput. They were soon rushed to the Delhi's RML hospital, Ram Manohar Lohia Hospital, at about 12:15 p.m. Union ministers, including Shivraj Singh Chouhan, Prahlad Joshi, Piyush Goyal, they met the injured MPs at the RML hospital. Meanwhile, Congress President Mallikarjun Kharge on Thursday wrote to the Lok Sabha Speaker on Om Birla, claiming he was physically pushed by BJP MPs on the Parliament premises, following which he lost his balance. Kharge asked the Lok Sabha Speaker to order an inquiry into the BJP MPs pushing him, saying it was an assault not just on him but on the Rajya Sabha LOP and also the Lok Sabha LOP. Rajya Sabha LOP and the Congress President, that is Mallikarjun Kharge himself. Prime Minister Narendra Modi called up both the MPs and inquired about their health while they were still at the Ram Manohar Lohia Hospital. He spoke with both of them and told them that to take full care and ensure that they get cared for and fully recuperate before they leave the hospital, and said not to worry and that they would be fine. This was confirmed by Dr. Ajay Shukla at Delhi's Ram Manohar Lohia Hospital. At 2 p.m. inside the Rajya Sabha, a BJP MP, a lady from Nagaland, alleged, and she is Fangnon Konyak, that she alleged that the leader of the opposition, Rahul Gandhi, misbehaved with her. She felt physical intimidation and felt uncomfortable via Rahul Gandhi's proximity, physical proximity. It made her feel uncomfortable while she was standing protesting at the Parliament complex. She wrote a letter to the Rajya Sabha chairman Jagdeep Dhankad seeking protection, alleging that her dignity and self-esteem were deeply hurt by the Lok Sabha LOP's behaviour. The BJP has demanded an apology on Rahul's unprecedented misconduct. The BJP has registered its complaint against Rahul Gandhi under Section 109, an attempt to murder, Section 115, voluntarily causing hurt, Section 117, voluntarily causing grievous hurt, Section 125, act of endangering life and personal safety of others, Section 131, use of criminal force, Section 351, criminal intimidation. So these are all the charges that have been levied against Rahul Gandhi. Now, let's understand what happened between 10:45 and 11 a.m., the entire sequence of events, the Makar Dwar this morning. Now, this is how the sequence unfolded. There they are, 10:30 a.m., both at a 100-meter distance, protesting, and thereafter They want to enter. Face-off happens around 10:45. By about 11 a.m. is when that Pratap Sarangi comes out that he's injured. Mukesh Rajput has actually lost consciousness because he's fallen on his head. So all this happens. Let's listen in to the reactions.
क्या करने जाती है? गुंडा करते करते हो, बूढ़े को गिरा दिया जाता है। इतना कौन सा? इतना कौन सा? He has not pushed you. He has not pushed you. गुंडा करते करते हो। क्या राहुल क्या सर्व नहीं जाती है? क्या सर्व नहीं जाती है? गुंडा करते करते हो, बूढ़े को गिरा दिया जाता है। इतना कौन सा? इतना कौन सा? He has not pushed you. He has not pushed you. गुंडा करते करते हो। क्या राहुल क्या सर्व नहीं जाती है? क्या सर्व नहीं जाती है? गुंडा करते करते हो, बूढ़े को गिरा दिया जाता है। इतना कौन सा? इतना कौन सा? He has not pushed you. He has not pushed you. गुंडा करते करते हो। क्या राहुल क्या सर्व नहीं जाती है? क्या सर्व नहीं जाती है? गुंडा करते करते हो, बूढ़े को गिरा दिया जाता है। इतना कौन सा? इतना कौन सा? He has not pushed you. He has not pushed you. गुंडा करते करते हो।
आपको किसने धक्का मारा? राहुल गांधी ने। राहुल गांधी ने धक्का मारा। राहुल गांधी कैमरा में होगा। ये पार्लियामेंट की एंट्रेंस है, इसमें मैं अंदर जाने की कोशिश कर रहा था तो बीजेपी के एमपी जो थे वो मुझे ऐसे रोकने की कोशिश कर रहे थे, धकेल रहे थे और मुझे धमका रहे थे, तो वो हुआ है।
श्रीमान राहुल गांधी जी का जो व्यवहार के लिए पूरा कांग्रेस सदस्य इस सदन से माफी मांगे, देश से भी माफी मांगे। ये संसद कोई कुश्ती का अखाड़ा नहीं है।
Leader of opposition of the Lok Sabha, Shri Rahul Gandhi ji, came in very close proximity of me, and I really feel uncomfortable. And he started shouting at me, which I felt is very unbecoming of a leader of opposition.
अब सिर्फ अमित शाह जी की खाल बचाने के लिए ये अब इन्होंने साजिश शुरू की है कि भैया ने किसी को धक्का मारा। ये वो मेरी आंखों के सामने आप सब ने देखा होगा, खड़गे जी को धक्का मार के जमीन पे गिराया।
पहलवान जाएं, गुंडे जाएं, उठा के पटक के फेंकने वाले जाएं, किस दिशा में कांग्रेस लोकतंत्र को ले जा रही? केवल अशोभनीय नहीं है, केवल निंदनीय नहीं है, शर्मनाक है। और मेरा सिर तो शर्म से झुक गया आज।
We try and go across to Sanjay Jha, leader of the Congress party, and Rohan Gupta of the BJP should be joining us. It's just the two of them. So namaste, Sanjay Jha ji.
Nice to see you, Anand.
We're waiting for Rohan Gupta, but when you look at the pictures, when you look at the sequence of events, now there is a lot of blame game. He said, she said, who said. But overall, do you feel that this could have been avoided? This was avoidable?
Anand, listen, you're part of media. You've been watching what has been going on. I think it's just a travesty of Indian democracy. And what is deeply unfortunate that this is happening at a time when we are supposed to be discussing the significance of the Indian Constitution. I can understand there can be a debate on it, but to result in physical injury, that's, disgusting and shameful. Let me add a point here that somewhere this makes us look like a banana republic. And I think, although I have clear political views, Mr. Modi's government has a lot to explain for. I have watched this since afternoon and have one observation. Why would you stop Rahul Gandhi and the opposition from entering the sacred floor of Parliament? That's a sacrosanct space. Rahul Gandhi and the opposition have 30 seats less of the majority, but they represent the collective voice of India, the opposition voice, if you want to call it that. To stop them physically, whether it's Mr. Kharge who's fallen or the two other gentlemen who have got hurt, it is a manifestation of a belligerence or some degree of animosity that is crossing the lines of civilized behavior. Now, you and I know, right? You're a seasoned guy, I'm a seasoned guy. Politicians oppose each other. But I think all of us know, I'm hoping even from the BJP, that you have to condemn violence. Nobody wants somebody to get hurt. Everyone condemns a political assassination. Nobody likes a willful targeting or abuse of another person. And I want to make one statement on your show, Anand, and I want to be very honest about it. I have known Rahul for a long time. I've known Rahul since 2004, even before he entered Parliament, by the way. And let me make a public declaration of it. I've also written it in my book. He is perhaps one of the nicest, decent people I know in Indian politics. He and I have differed very often. That's a different issue. But here is a man who forgave the killers of his father. I know the way, the kind of suffering the family has gone through, emotional trauma, mental, kind of devastation. This gentleman, Mr. Rahul Gandhi, hates violence. He, in fact, avoids conflict if he could. And I think for anyone in the BJP to try and twist this into and what alleged murder and stuff, I mean, is absurd. It's so atrocious. I mean, at the end of the day, whatever happened, I have only one thing to say to the BJP. Rohan is a friend of mine. He and I know each other. He's part of the BJP today. I have no problem with that. But here is my simple request. Make the CCTV camera public right from the beginning to the end. Let there be an investigation. If whoever is guilty, let them pay the consequence for it. But today, the way it has been manufactured, the way Rahul Gandhi is being targeted, you see the headline has changed from Amit Shah ji's comment on Ambedkar to some kind of a hullabaloo and a skirmish outside. I mean, if this is the levels to which we're going to stoop to change the narrative, God bless the country.
Well, there is another way of looking at it, that the headline has changed from how the Congress ensured that Ambedkar was insulted and defeated not once but twice, and how Jawaharlal Nehru campaigned against him, to how Rahul Gandhi has been accused of alleged assault. But the other aspect is, and this is confirmed, and this hopefully the CCTV will also confirm, that even as the BJP MPs were protesting at the Makar Dwar, the CISF had made arrangements for all the non-protesting MPs to enter from a right-hand side. There was a side entrance and the side passage that was created, and there were other MPs who were actually entering from that side. So the question comes to the fore: who decided to go stand in front of someone and in an intimidatory pose, as has been alleged by the Rajya Sabha MP in her complaint letter to the Rajya Sabha chairman, and decided that I will go from here only, and I will barge through right from the middle of where you are standing and protesting. I will not use the side entrance. Because that very same side entrance was used later on by the same very person when he came on to check and see what had happened. So at that time there was no problem using that side entrance. There were other MPs of the opposition, also of the government, who had also of the NDA, who had used that entrance through the day. CCTV will come out and prove that. This is what our eyewitness parliament reporters have also come out and said, that there was a side entrance, there was a passage from the side of the BJP protesting MPs from where other MPs were going and coming out. Rohan Gupta, please answer that the BJP has used this to change narrative. The BJP is the one which was intimidating. It's the BJP's fault that this entire manufactured fracas has happened.
I think, Anand, this is the culmination of over-aggression was the opposition parties have been showing after the Lok Sabha a little bit of better performance. And the whole country saw it today that where the BJP MPs were protesting, the leader of opposition went at that place, tried to enter that, push them. So I think that is completely wrong. You are in democracy. You have right to question anybody. You have right to ask questions to Mr. Amit Shah or anybody. But there is a way. Lok Sabha is not the place to show your aggression. Your aggression can be shown outside, but I think these are new heroics where the opposition parties are now entering, where they are showing that over-aggression in the parliament, outside the parliament. I think this is not the way Indian parliament has functioned. We have been watching Afghanistan or Pakistan maybe 10 years before, and we were seeing that what is happening. I think same way we are going there.
How did Mr. Kharge get hurt? There can be
difference of opinion. There can be issues where BJP and Congress can fight. But when it comes to the personal conduct, there was no need for the leader of opposition to go to the place where BJP MPs were protesting. There was a space, separate space. There was a way where he could have gone. But why to unnecessarily choose this? And we have seen the evidence is that 2 MPs have been injured. So I think that definitely the video will be made public. But at the same time, I think everybody, all the MPs, we should ensure that our conduct is such that our aggression is not shown in action. It should be in words. It should be in your logic. When the parties were given, opportunity to speak in Lok Sabha, they were narrating stories. So I think this is not the way. The whole country is watching. People are the judge of this current situation, but unfortunate.
Now, did Mr. Kharge also get hurt, Rohan Gupta? How did he get hurt? He is alleged that he was also pushed and he fell down.
Again, if he has evidence that, okay, BJP MP has done this, definitely he is also right. I am not saying for BJP or Congress here. I am saying as a citizen of the country where MPs should conduct themselves in a particular way. I don't know whether Mr. Kharge had gone to the place where BJP MPs were there or BJP MP went to where Mr. Kharge was there. I am not aware about those details. But the detail what we have as of now, that leader of opposition went to the place where BJP MPs were protesting. That is not required.
I'm going to also cross-check and see if there was a letter or a submission made by Mr. Kharge that he has an injury in his leg and he has to go for treatment for the same and come back now. Did that happen today or did that happen yesterday, a day ago? We have to wait and watch what happens there. We'll try and confirm from our reporters. But the other aspect is, Rohan Gupta, do you have confirmation that there was indeed a passage that MPs were using a path? Because we have Manoj Tiwari who said this on record. We have some of the other MPs who were present there earlier in the day on News18 who have said this on record. There are reporters who have said that there was a passage created. But I want to ask you, as BJP spokesperson, can you say?
100%. There was a passage and it is an official statement I am making. There was a separate passage for the entry. Leader of opposition went to the place where BJP MPs were protesting. And Mr. Manoj Tiwari, he was on one interview, he clearly showed the way Rahul Gandhi did this and just entered the BJP MPs who were protesting. So that is what I'm saying. That is not the place to show aggression. You should show your aggression in your logic, in your arguments in Lok Sabha, not outside the parliament. I think this is unfortunate. And as Sanjay is good friend, definitely the details should come out, and at the end of the day, whoever is responsible should be punished, whoever it is, whether it is leader of opposition or any senior person. But this conduct is not appreciated as far as Indian democracy.
Let me ask this question. Mr. Rahul Gandhi is trained in Aikido and the Congress itself put it out. So it's not that he doesn't know a thing or two about physical contact and also harming somebody or doing that. He may by choice be a pacifist or decides to avoid conflict. That's one aspect. But push comes to shove, he can push and shove. So that's how it is. But the other aspect is, Sanjay Jha, if indeed the visuals show that, because that's what the security authorities have said and the pictures which are available so far say that the Congress was protesting at one part, the BJP was protesting at another part, or let's say the INDIA alliance was protesting at one part and the NDA was protesting. And then these Congress protesting people, along with Rahul Gandhi, marched on. They came to that particular point. How is it that only at that point, at that Dwar entry, did the Congress guys and the BJP guys come face to face when there was a separate place for MPs to go through? Now, if you know that there is a separate way, there is a way for somebody to enter, somebody standing and protesting. Let's say you are standing and protesting. I know there is a way beside you that I can go in, but I decide to come and stand in front of you, stand like this and push through and say, I'm going to go. You can't stop me because this is the entry. Is that right? Is that right or wrong? Well, I'm saying if it happened, is that right or wrong?
I'll tell you the problem. And I'm sitting in Bombay, so I have to rely a lot on what I've seen on various television shows. Here is my simple answer. Why would anybody protesting stop people from walking legitimately inside Parliament through the doors through which they have done a million times? Here is the question. Does the BJP MPs, does the NDA government have the right tomorrow to say, we will protest and we will sit on the steps and we will not let you enter through this door, you have to use that door? That is a form of intimidation. This is not just psychological threat, this is physical intimidation. Sure. And I can tell you, I actually believe that the opposition should actually make a statement to say that you cannot frighten us by giving us this kind of a public threat.
But Sanjay ji, itne din to INDIA wale Makar Dwar pe khade hue the. They were standing there and the other MPs were using the side entrance. So are you trying to say that the INDIA alliance guys who were standing there and said, no, you'll have to go the side, they were also intimidating? No, they were also trying to say bulldoze and say, no, you will not go through this entry, you have to go from that side. So INDIA kare to sahi, NDA kare to galat. That logic doesn't work, no, sir.
I understand the reason, right? The NDA has bigger numbers. Simple.
No.
They can get it bigger numbers.
No. That's not the logic, Sanjay ji. Based on what you just now said, all these days through the winter session of Parliament, if the INDIA was standing at the Makardwar and it was blocking that entry, and all other MPs, including the government MPs, were going, NDA MPs were using the side entrance, at that time there is no confrontation. One day the NDA guys are standing there and there is confrontation, scuffle and pushing, shoving. And you're saying it's the NDA's fault.
Anand, you have to ask.
I credit you with the ability to argue, the ability to debate, but I also credit you with a huge amount of intelligence. आप जान के भी अनजान बन रहे हैं, or you are trying to say, okay, let me give the argument a different color. Either way, sir, if I were to do the same thing to you, it is wrong. But you do the same thing to me, it is right. That doesn't work. So it's wrong. So if it's wrong, it's wrong both ways. If it's right, it's right both ways.
But Anand, my simple answer to that is that when the India Alliance is protesting, they are not breathing down people's necks. They are not coming in physical proximity and trying to threaten or intimidate. There's a difference.
Again, I'm saying, Rohan Gupta, did the NDA guys walk up to the INDIA guys today, or was it the other way around?
I mean, who was provoking
whom? That's what I'm saying.
Rohan.
Who was provoking whom?
Anand, what is the provoking? If I'm protesting at my place and somebody comes at my place, is it a provoking so that the muscle power will be used? What is provoking? You are shouting against each other. You are raising slogans against each other. If that is provoking, every day you will see fight inside the parliament. Point is not that, Sanjay. Point is unnecessary aggression by anybody inside parliament is not appreciated. That is what we saw today. Maybe it might not be intentional, but at the end of the day, that conduct was not as per the standards of parliament. That is what I'm saying.
Rohan Gupta, if you are standing at a place and I stand in front of you right in physical proximity and say, get out of this place because I want to walk through here, am I being intimidated or not? Or are you the one blocking my way?
So that's what I'm saying. If I'm standing at my place and protesting, and somebody else comes at my place and tells me, you please go side, I want to go inside. So you now have to decide who is intimidating whom. That's what I'm saying. When there was a peaceful protest which was happening, there was a passage from where the MPs could go inside. What was the need to go there and unnecessarily create this ruckus? And then again you are blaming BJP MPs. They never went to Mr. Rahul Gandhi where he was standing and protesting or maybe tried to intimidate them. I think that is the whole problem.
But I'll tell you what, somebody can stand in front of you without touching you.
Absolutely.
Who made the first physical contact? Will the video evidence show that?
If I am standing at my place and somebody comes so close to me without touching me and creates issue, then you have to decide that person who has moved from his place to my place, I think he is the culprit. That's what is happening here. Yes, if I have gone to him and stood close by to him within that vicinity, then it is my problem. See, Anand, overall the picture is what? The aggression which is there. Again, I am coming to the core point. You can definitely have difference of opinion. You can differ with the people. You can fight with the people in words. But this is not required. Everybody in democracy has right to protest, whether it is BJP MPs, Congress MPs, they have their own separate places. There was no need to go to the places where they were protesting. That is the basic point I'm saying.
Right. Thank you. Thank you, gentlemen. We got a lot of commercial breaks ahead of the festive season, so I'm compelled to cut this conversation short.